Welcome to the Real Retirees of New Jersey, powered by Liberty Financial Group and Artemis Wealth Advisors. Randy and Peggy Fisher want to help you retire once and retire right. Get more information at therealretireesofnewjersey.com. They never throw the first punch, but they're always a knockout.
All powered by Artemis Wealth Advisors and Liberty Financial Group. Thanks for streaming the Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast. My name is Mark Owens. Peggy Fisher is here. Randy Fisher is here. How is your day treating you, my good friends?
Oh, the day is wonderful.
Yeah. What were you telling me before we got started about the smoke in the area?
Yeah, so the Canadian fires are coming into New Jersey and New York.
Canadians.
And
America's
and
hat.
on top of our 100-degree day here, it's also like a haze. It looks crazy like Mars. It's like an orangey like color outside right now. Yeah, it's like kind of freaky.
And
you know
can
what I
you
mean?
smell it?
Yes. People can smell it. I barely smell it, but a lot of people who are in different areas of New Jersey said they can really smell it.
We'll get.
I think it depends where you are.
We'll get that Sahara dust storms.
Really?
Yeah, man. Those will come through on top of Atlanta. The same way, everything just gets real hazy.
Yeah.
And I will say, though, it's annoying, but it does give some pretty damn good sunsets.
Yeah, not only that, too, but last night we were supposed to have like this really bad thunderstorm. But since in our area where we were, the rain couldn't come through. So it looked like a bat out of hell outside. I hunkered down, everything, brought the cushions in from the outside. And not one raindrop came through that sky because of this haze.
Yep. That's about right.
Yep, that's what happens.
I love it. Hey, all right. So you sent me a fantastic article from AARP Magazine, and it kind of hit close to home. Not because I'm getting AARP Magazine yet. My wife.
We are. I am. 55 and over, baby.
Yep. Gretchen turned 50, and she started getting the AARP flyers, and that it's almost done.
That's when it hits you. That's the first hit is the AARP. Here, sign up.
What hit her was the premenopause. That's what it
Oh, no, I haven't hit that either. Woo! Things are still real live and kicking in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard about your hot tub. But listen, that's not why we're here this week. The title of the article was Gambling with Your Future, Why Some Older Americans Are Losing Their Retirement Savings to Online and Casino Gambling. And now this actually did hit close to home because, as you know, I'm a gambler. I enjoy going to a casino. I visited Atlantic City earlier this year.
Yes.
And there were some fascinating points that came through how a lot of these, especially online, it's gotten really, really bad where a lot of these online sites, they will send free play, and they will send cash and gifts just to give more money online from the comfort of their home because you can make more money because people aren't traveling. So let's just start right there. For the families you serve, for your clients, do they like to gamble? What do you tell the gamblers? What if they have that in their little bucket of funds? How do you approach it?
So we're pretty lucky, though. I honestly have to say, I don't think any of our clients, I only know 2 of our clients who actually will go to Atlantic City or to other, gambling places. But we're lucky. Those 2 clients that I'm talking about, they go, once every couple months for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it on a weekend and call it a day. We were very lucky that we don't have any clients that I know that have addictions that I know about. You know what I mean? So we're good with that. But it did say that while this did start with COVID, and that's when everybody was getting on their phones, right?
Yep.
That was the only thing you could do, at the time. And it's a scary thing because, like you said, it is so easy just to tap on your telephone, ding, 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 ding. I'm going to put this money away. And you know how that money can just go so quick.
Yep. As
soon as you tap that button, it's to me, it's so scary. And then they were saying, for the older folks too, I mean, they don't half the time, they don't even know what they're tapping. You know what I mean? So
the bingo bus went digital.
Yeah, exactly. It's scary.
And I've seen
very scary.
Some of these, real casinos, not the online ones, but the in-person casinos, they are losing gamblers because of online. And so now they've ramped up, you see like Caesars and Harrah's and all them, and they're trying to ramp up their online gambling.
Oh, yeah. And you see commercials all the time on TV. What is that? The Kings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's
Bet Kings. Yeah. It's crazy, but that commercial's on almost every other commercial. You know what I mean? So obviously it's hitting home to somebody over there, right?
I think 10 years ago when you walked into a casino, though, I mean, you had wheelchairs, walkers, and scooters everywhere.
Yeah, it's true, right? Yes. Now the wheelchairs and walkers are sitting at home just hitting the button on the telephone.
And you knew the second week of the month, you couldn't even get into a casino.
It's true. They got their
Social
checks.
Security
check
check
came in. Check came in.
Right? But Yale, just a little college.
Yeah.
They did a huge report on this about recreational gambling in older adults. It said that it's actually associated with better health, socialization, and cognitive stimulation.
Because you're getting out.
Yeah.
Well, true, but they're also pissing their money away.
Yeah.
Then what do? You want to stand in front of a bus because you lost it all?
Yeah.
I don't know. So it's one of those things where I guess if you're playing penny stocks all day or whatever it is and it keeps you busy, good, and you want a $5. But you know what? Back when, 15 years ago, all the casinos had awesome buffets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, and they were dirt cheap, right? That was the attraction.
Yeah.
Who had the best buffet?
Right.
That you can go
All you
to.
can eat.
All you can eat. And then you gamble here and there, and next thing you know, now what do the buffets go for?
Oh, God.
Probably
$50, $60, $70 a person
more
now.
than a Michelin restaurant.
It is. It's insane, right? And then they give you the free room. It's a free room, right? That you paid for 50
you
times
lost, you only
over.
want to stay
Right? Exactly. Yes, it's so true.
It's nuts. But you know what? You're absolutely right, though. It's so look at Vegas. I mean, I think we've been to Vegas umpteenth times, can't even count.
Yeah.
But we don't go there for gambling. We
No.
go there for the shows and go out to eat, just
Yeah.
the ambiance, people watching,
Right.
all that crazy crap.
Yeah.
But we haven't been there in probably, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, about
3
that.
years, I think. I think we went for my son's 21st birthday 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Since then, casinos have been dying.
Yes.
And there's been a transformation of Vegas into this family. I don't even understand this family association where you bring your family out there with kids to Sin City.
Yeah, well, now what they're doing is they're having like the dance competitions, the cheerleading competitions, all these family-oriented things, and sending everybody out that
But
way.
like Mark just said, the reason why it's down is, participation is, I don't have to get on an airplane.
Right.
I don't have to get in a bus. I don't have to get in a train. I don't have to drive to a casino.
And again, that's playing to
I'm 4
some
clicks
older
away
folks.
in 5 seconds.
Right, exactly. And playing to the older folks with that, it's just
think
so
it's
much
dangerous.
easier. I think it's
I
so
think it's
dangerous.
ridiculously dangerous.
Every time I see that commercial or if I see the thing for all those games that they have, it's a scary thing to think, your money could just go bye-bye real quick when you're hitting the button on a telephone.
Yeah,
You know?
22% of Americans have at least one sport book app on their phone.
Do they really?
22%.
Wow, that's pretty high.
58% of people that have that online, they're online gamblers every day.
Scary.
I've got a buddy of mine that I work with, and he gives me so much grief because, if we travel for an event or something, I'll find a casino close by.
Yeah.
And he was literally giving me hell. He's like, I don't get it why you like the casino. And no lie, we were there together, and I was playing video craps, and he was kind of giving me grief about it, and we were having a drink or whatnot. And then I looked over, and that hypocritical son of a bitch was sitting there on his phone sports gambling. I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. And he was like, I'm just putting some parlays on some games. I was like, look at you. You want to be the pot or the kettle here?
Right.
And
you know what? So you can gamble on it. What were we saying the other day, Rand? We were just talking about this. You can gamble about anything.
They had the Kashi, right? So
Right.
it's not really it's a fine line between investing and gambling.
Yes.
Right? So they call it the prediction marketplace.
Right.
That's a horseshit.
Yeah.
You talk about, they fell into a crevice where, you can literally say, I'm going to bet on what color Donald Trump's tie is today versus is the wind going to blow from the left to the right?
Yeah. You can bet on anything. Right.
Or is an airplane going to crash out of JFK this morning or
Right.
something? It's absolutely so stupid. But the predictability market, essentially, it's gambling.
Right.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
It's exactly what it is. It builds off of probabilities, and it's gambling.
Well, they just had that big UFC fight, too. They were saying how Drake bet $1 million that
right.
McGregor was going to win.
But I don't think that was
in
on
that first 63 seconds, he hurt his
But I
knee,
guess
and
it
that was
probably
it.
would be on there because it's still predictability.
Yeah, right.
But they get around that whole, I would assume they get around that whole gambling licensing and all
Yeah,
that other crap
right.
But they fall into a fine line between that and SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, then let me ask you this: what is the difference between somebody who does some online? Let's not take it as far as the little old blue hairs that spend their Social Security money on the online gambling. What about my buddy who does the sports gambling, the online bets? How is that different from your other buddy who watches stocks all day and does the penny stock trading and plays the market? What's the difference?
None.
Yeah.
It's gambling.
Right. And gambling's impulsive, right?
you hit it right on the head. And people really don't understand that is, investing becomes gambling when there are no rules.
Right.
Right. And then some people say, well, I have rules, okay, you do. Sure.
Yeah.
But I like when the market goes up and it does, and I hate when it goes down, right? That's your rule? Come on. That's stupidity. The sheer fact that if you literally don't have rules of engagement, you don't have an understanding of when or why not to get in or out or to buy or to stay or to understand the other factors that go along with it, literally you're gambling.
And then gambling's hope, right? You always say that too.
No, yeah. And hope's not a good plan.
Hope is not a good plan for your money. Absolutely.
And what people really do there, for the most part, is they get lucky.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they become this expert. And next thing you know, they're broke.
Yeah. So listen, and honestly, we can attest to that with clients.
Gosh.
I mean, that now I can tell you.
How many people have we come across in the last 30 years that have been like that? How about the less craze, which, it's getting hammered right now, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
How many people were Bitcoin superheroes?
Everybody had a crypto bro.
Oh, yeah.
And the issue with that is it literally trades 24/7, 365 days a year, where the market literally kind of closes down after a certain time. You have pre-hour and after hour for a period. Crypto don't stop.
No.
You can play around on crypto and you're Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And you're hanging out. Next thing you know, you're still doing that. Robinhood was probably one of the biggest inhibitors of that whole crypto marketplace, superhero crypto man.
I remember too, we had a potential clients come in, a husband and a wife, and the husband, remember that, Randy?
Yeah.
The husband was like, by this Friday, his guy.
Oh, everybody's got a guy.
It's going to be
secret.
It was a secret. And then his wife, I was looking at her face and oh my God, she was rolling her eyes. I thought she was going to have a heart attack just as I was. And he was like, by this Friday, we're going to hit it big and this, that, and the next thing. I think Randy called him like a Monday and he's like, how'd you make out? And it was no go.
I hate to say I love to pee in people's Cheerios.
Randy goes, call him up on Monday. I don't know what happened with that.
How'd that work out for you?
It did not work out at all. And I thought that wife was going to kill him. Oh my God.
I didn't see any suicides in the news then.
No, but it could have been close because I remember she was asking a lot of questions and Randy was saying how, we don't really go that route.
What was the latest one? SpaceX.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
SpaceX. Everybody's going to be a zillionaire on SpaceX. Everybody in the world wanted in on the IPO. And then the day it actually, lifted off, everybody was in. Oh my gosh. And you get these people, because I've been saying it since the thing came out. Number one, it's a wonderful idea. It's a great company. And it will be something that's going to be here forever.
Yes, it will.
Right? Mm-hmm. It's the future.
Right.
Currently, the company sucks. From a valuation standpoint, from a revenue standpoint, it's okay. From a income standpoint and profit, it's terrible.
Yeah, they said that.
Awful.
Right, it's true.
In fact, I think the last couple of days it's traded below its IPO number.
It has, yes.
I told everybody it was going to be a flop.
You got into a fight with one of our friends about that.
Yes,
actually,
because they are like huge Tesla, Elon Musk fans.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, listen, the guy changed the world. I don't have any issue with that. The issue is this. SpaceX sucks right now.
Yeah.
When we put something on the moon or we put something on Mars or we create a new robot or robotics that actually everybody in the world can actually take advantage of, SpaceX is going to become very, very profitable. Until then, they're basically an idea.
Right.
Which is a very expensive idea.
Yes, very expensive
going back to gambling, I've got so many people that basically yanked money from accounts that I was managing because I wasn't involved in the IPO. And I told them it's not a smart move to jump in on the IPO right away. And they said, you know what, then transfer X number of dollars out of my account and I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, here you go. Mm-hmm. So I periodically do call those people, especially on the down days, and say, how did your gamble work out?
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't appreciate that. But I want to try to prove my point is, gambling and investing, you can have a hunch, that's fine, but that has nothing to do with the proper way of making out. Because listen, a blind squirrel gets very lucky once in a while.
That's correct.
Right?
Yep.
And anybody can get lucky on a day at a stock market when a piece of equipment is up or news is there or something happens. But to be consistent, and that's the biggest thing, be consistent. That's the difference between having rules and knowing what you're doing versus gambling.
Right.
Like I got a couple friends that we played poker with every once in a while. You know, all of these idiots think that they're, professional poker players.
Yeah.
They sit there and tell you the odds, and they give you every hand. I know what you had. Bullshit. You don't know what I had. In fact, after a while, I just lie to everybody. I just sit there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to burn $100 tonight. I don't care. So I just try to throw everybody's hands off and throw everybody's pots off. So I just play with them. And every one of them are absolutely dead wrong. But every one of them on, the next night or 2 nights after that, they'll go to the casino. And then the next week you hear how much money that they won. Right? Yep. I always tell them, I don't see your Maserati outside. You're still riding around a 1922 friggin' Honda. You doing that well? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Stop bullshitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody really brags about the losses either.
No, absolutely
talk
not.
big about the wins, but not about the losses.
Right?
That's right.
Exactly.
Well, okay, let me flip it to this because it's not all, negative per se. Like, I'm going to put myself as this example, or maybe I'm just trying to justify why I love going to the casino, but that's not the point. The point is, what about...
I think that's where we're going here.
You know what? It's like, hold on, let me lay down on the couch. This is my
Yeah.
therapy session.
Okay.
But for me, and I'm putting myself... Talking about me, I enjoy going to the casino because, as you know, I'm here in Atlanta. We don't have any close. I mean, closest one's like 2.5 hours away. So if I go to Atlantic City or I go to Vegas, to me, that's like an escape. I save up for it. It's like an experience for me. I'm not dipping into Caroline's college fund. I'm not dipping into the mortgage bills. Like, I go to have fun. Now, that's a little bit different because I'm younger. What about for the families you serve? What if you have a client that says, I want to build a bucket because it's entertainment, just like taking the kids to Disney, just like doing a cruise? Is that an opportunity? Would you say, sure, we can do that. Don't expect to get big returns on it, but if that's what you want, that's what we'll do.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And we will do that. Listen, we're here to help and guide you, but if there's something that you want, especially and we talk to clients about that all the time. You want to have like a little slush fun to do it. I don't care what you want to do. You want to gamble, you want to go shopping, you want to take a trip shopping. I'm thinking about my fun things. You hear my gambling addictions here, like my shopping. You want to go on a trip, just like you said. You want to do something fun. If you know you can put that money to the side, and regardless of what will happen with it, that that's your fun money. Yeah, absolutely. We talk to clients about fun money all the time, right?
If people have the discipline to say,
yes.
I'll give you an example. We do have a few clients that are like this. So what we'll say is, how much do you need? They're like, how about $500 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, great. $500 a month is not a big deal. So I ask them always is, here's what I have a question for you. You walk through and next thing you know, you pop $500 down and you win. What are you doing?
I'm going to probably put it right back in, knowing me.
Yeah.
You know what they're going to say is, hey, I just won. I just got here. I just won. I'm going to continue to play.
Right.
You ever think about walking away?
No.
That's one. Number two, how about this? Why don't you take the 500 and put it in your pocket and then have the 500 that you still came with, start playing with that. When that's gone, guess what? Leave.
Randy just gave what he does now. That is what Randy does when he gambles, right,
That's exactly
Randy?
what I do.
I know, because I always know. I go into whenever he's gambling, I'll look at that one pocket. I'm like, what do you got in the other pocket? Because
if the pocket's empty, I'm losing.
That's the pocket with the money that he has definitely gained from. And if there's nothing in there, I'm like, I get up from the you gotta go.
Is it the way to go? No, it's not the way to go, but it's an experience of, okay, I'm having a little bit of fun, but I know either number one, when to leave.
Yes.
Right? Or number two, if I am winning, not for nothing, but how much am I winning, right?
Yeah,
most people, I play craps.
Yeah.
If I do anything, I'll play craps. I like the odds. I like the quickness of the game. It's pretty fun, but you can also lose in 3 seconds, right?
That's right, 3 seconds.
But while you're playing there, I mean, to do the math and all of the chips that are on the table and everything else, it's really tough. So I mean, I have my left pocket and my right pocket. My left pocket is okay if I started with X number of dollars and I throw that on the table, those are my chips. As soon as I start to win, I take some of those chips that I have and I start putting them back in my pocket. Mm-hmm. But I count them before they go back in. So once I get to the number that I started with, I know I'm either up for whatever the money is left on the table or in the chip counter. I know I'm still playing.
And
right?
I think you said a great word before, though, and that was discipline.
You have to have discipline.
You have to be very disciplined with that kind of stuff. Exactly.
We were just down in the Bahamas on a conference, and there's a casino there. And like I said, we rarely gamble, but every once in a while we have one of those nights where everybody says, let's go out and we watch somebody blow some stupid number. Right? Yeah. So we were there, and the guy was sitting.
His name rhymes with Mark Owens. No, I'm just kidding.
No, so So we went to this craps table, and there's one roller. I mean, and that's the thing with craps. If it's hot, right?
Yeah.
So there's one guy who's been rolling for a while. So I'm going to put this into perspective into the market, right? So this guy's rolling for at least, I'm not kidding you, 20 minutes. And that's a beautiful roll.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's real nice.
I mean, it's an eternity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the board is filled with chips everywhere. The crowd's going crazy.
Yeah.
There's
Oh, yeah.
7 people deep watching. Every time he rolls the dice, people are yelling and screaming. I've been playing about 8 minutes into his roll. So I got a good 17 minutes out of him, right? So I got a good chunk of change. The guy that's standing next to me keeps going, should I get in? Should I get in?
Yeah.
Should I get in? And I go, listen,
Yeah, right.
go ahead if you want to play. I'm not going to tell you to play, but
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, the guy's been rolling for a while. So what does he do? He decides to take a couple $100 out of his pocket, drops it on the table. They give him his chips. He puts it on it. 3 rolls later, what happens?
Craps out.
Craps out.
Yeah.
Now, think about this, ladies and gentlemen. The market has been up tremendously over a period of time. What do most people do when they want to get into the market? They wait until what? It's up.
That's right.
Right? That's asinine.
No.
Right? So, this whole semis, we call it the chip dip. Every time the market, like for instance, today, I don't have it on the TV right now, but I know the market's taking a crap. The market's taking a crap in one area, the chips area again. These things constantly come back, but they're constantly riddled with rumors. And with the rumors comes the volatility. The volatility to me becomes opportunity. People oppositely think that. They think that the volatility is risk, and the risk associated with it keeps them on the sideline. So when the market's going down, people tend to not actually do what? Bet, gamble, invest. Use whatever word you want.
Same thing,
right?
right.
It's all the same stuff unless you have some rules to it. Now, what the guy sitting next to me did was he waited until he thought that it was so good that he couldn't sit down. He couldn't
had
sit
to
it out
do it,
anymore.
yeah.
He had to get in. And what happened? He got in at what he would consider the wrong time, but he got in at the late of the run, right? It's the same thing with the market. Does the market go through ebbs and flows?
Yes.
Sure it does. Is the market going to go out of business? Market doesn't go out of
No.
business. Market's going to retract. And then it's going to be an opportunity. Look at those opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, as an entry point opportunity, not the days that the market's up 500, 600, 700, 1,000 points going, oh my gosh, I got to get in this now.
Yeah.
Because then what you're doing is you're buying high. And then when you react, unfortunately, people panic. They sell low.
Yes.
Right? Just like the friend that was standing next to me. He could have gotten in many rolls before that.
Right.
Could he have made a ton of money? I don't know about
Maybe.
a ton of money. He could have made a
Maybe.
couple bucks. But what he did is he waited until he thought that this thing was just going to go on forever, right? That's called recency bias. Recency bias is what your brain believes that the most recent things that are happening are going to continue to happen.
All right.
So in down days when the market's falling, people are like, oh, wait a minute, I'm scared of this. It's going to continue to go down because it's the most recent thing that your brain literally just absorbed. When the market's rolling or the guy standing next to me sees this guy rolling dice all day long and next thing you know, people are yelling and screaming. His endorphins are going crazy and he's wondering why he missed out. Fear of missing out, what do they call it?
Yeah.
FOMO.
Yep.
His FOMO kicked in and he popped money on the table, just like many investors do. They pop money in the market thinking that they're going to make money in an upswing.
Right.
And that's not the way to make money, ladies and gentlemen. Constant flows of money in the market through dollar cost averaging is good. And having rules of engagement, knowing how long you're going to be able to sit in something, and then eventually take a profit. As I just mentioned, I was on the table for quite a while in this example. I'm trying to go back and forth here. I continued to take money off the table in my winnings and put them in my pocket. Now, amazingly, my son was there for the first time. He was gambling and he was like overwhelmed with the amount of money that was in my pocket. And my wife, who continually digs in my pocket for other money to go to different places within the casino, they were amazed at the amount of money in which I made. And my son-in-law, who doesn't gamble at all, he was like, I can't even believe, all that money that is there. But the fact is, every time we won, we took something off of it.
table.
Every time the money went up, we took a little bit off. When you're in the market, ladies and gentlemen, and the market's continuing to rise, don't be afraid to start taking some profits off the table.
Peel off all the time.
Peel it off.
That's right.
Because a gain is unrealized until what? You actually sell something. When you sell it, you then have a gain that's absolutely something that you can put on the side. You've made that money. You're never going to lock into an unrealized gain. And markets do go up and markets do go
down.
Thank you. They do go down, unfortunately. And listen, you can ride a stock all the way up. And we have stories of people like, oh, yeah, I had Apple and this and that. And the next thing you know, well, where are you today? A lot less than what it was at the top. So, ladies and gentlemen, the moral to the story here is this. If you're investing with rules, then you're investing. If you're investing without rules, then you're gambling.
And if you're just hoping, you're gambling.
If you're hoping, you're gambling.
Yes.
That's a true statement. And if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, give us a call. we can help you out.
Easy, come see us.
You can find all the information to reach out to Peggy, Randy. You can find that here in the show notes as we continue here with the Real Retirees of New Jersey podcast, the Real Retirees of New Jersey.com. It's Artemis Wealth Advisors. It's Liberty Financial Group. So as we slowly start to land this plane a little bit about talking about gambling with your future, be it in the market, be it on sports betting, be it in the casino as well. Just make me feel better. I'm doing okay, right?
You're doing so good.
There it is. I will say, it is funny. You did mention how some of the big, live casinos. So I went to Atlantic City once for 3 days. I kid you not. I probably get 4 or 5 mailers a week from Borgata, from Caesars up there.
Come on back.
From the Trop, from resorts, everybody. And I'm not going to lie, some of the offers are pretty tempting. Lots of free rooms. And I'm not a big gambler either. Like, I take a little bit of a nest egg, but it's not like I'm not dropping.
What did you just say?
Don't have a big nest egg?
You said you took a little bit of your nest egg.
No.
Oh, no. No, I didn't take it.
Let's change that. We don't take nest eggs to casinos, please.
That's not what I said.
No, is that what I said?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
you better go back in there.
What I meant to say is, listen, college is overrated anyway, okay? She'll be fine. We'll get her a trade degree, okay? Listen, you know what? What I meant to say was, thanks for listening. Hey, do me a favor, Randy, mind your business. All right, listen, reach out to the team, the Real Retirees
of
New Jersey.com. If you know somebody that needs some guidance about their financial future, about retirement, please share this show for friends, for family that could just use a little bit of knowledge. We are back next week, but for the entire team, this has been the Real Retirees of New Jersey with Randy and Peggy Fisher.
We are an independent financial services firm helping individuals create retirement strategies using a variety of financial and insurance products to custom suit their needs and objectives. Investment advisor services offered through Artemis Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendation to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. Artemis Wealth Advisors is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Please consult with your attorney, accountant, and or tax advisor for advice concerning your particular circumstances. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Randolph A. Fisher, insurance license number 9616074, and Liberty Financial Group, LLC, and Peggy Fisher, national license number 189420003 and 5705833.